Welcome to Wednesday.
All right, it is Wednesday now.
Now with Treasure Tuesday. We're gonna play some D&D. I got discombobulated before we started, so it's gonna be one of those games. For sure. And I'd like to tell the internet that our next adventure might have some things in it that people don't like, so I will do content warnings on my videos, and this is your content warning for the stream. Yep, my brain stopped. That was fun. Okay, so I have tea. Everybody else has their liquids and their dice.
Yeah, I have tea too.
You have tea too? Yeah, I'm drinking a very fruity tea. It's all fruits and stuff. And
Tea for two.
And I put cherry.
Yeah. My brother doesn't usually like tea, but recently we got him like a bunch of super fruity teas, and he like
Yes, they're so good. They're so good. This one's really good. And I put cherry bitters in it, like CBD bitters, and a bunch of honey. It's real good.
I need to introduce you to that bourbon chai, and then just toss a little bit of bourbon in there.
Does it have dairy in it, or is it the tea chai?
It is the tea chai.
All right, I'll try it.
Yeah, I'll send you links later. Anyway,
I don't like spicy chai, just for the record.
Oh, then that'll be a problem.
But you should
still send the link.
You should still send the link.
Yes, you should.
I will still try it. Because I've said that before, and people have been like, then you're going to hate this, and I end up liking it. So just send the link. It's very important.
There are a couple links of tea.
Although I can't order from there if it's actually booze.
It's not.
Oh, okay, good.
I'll order it for you and then ship it in a different box.
Smuggle it across the border.
Absolutely.
Prohibition 2.0.
Internet, don't write that down. Okay.
You were never here.
Let's get started. What do y'all remember from last time?
Boats and stuff.
Boats.
Well,
boats.
Relic revealed his history as a feared pirate captain. And
True.
everyone was in awe of this.
Mm-hmm.
As we usually are of Relic, yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds right.
But not like in awe, more like awe.
That's the one.
I feel
you
like
for demonstrating
in Relic's
that.
dictionary, reveal and ad-lib are the same, are synonyms.
Reveal and make shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I recruited Brandel as my first mate on our future pirate adventures, and we made eye patches out of Quentin's cloak
That's right.
in order to look more piratical.
Yep, that's a word.
Is it?
Sure.
I mean,
It is now. We all knew what he meant.
Webcaptioner picked it up.
We all knew it. Yep, web captioner
Yeah,
picked it up.
Honestly,
Wow.
And
good job. Yeah.
he said it, and we all knew what he meant, so it's a word now. If it wasn't
Right.
before.
Language.
That is a real word.
That's how language goes. Is it really?
It is a real word.
Did he use it right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Even
I knew
the
that.
Cambridge Dictionary or what? It's not the Oxford, but whatever.
Are we
Take
going to
that,
get into a
Cambridge
dictionary
scholars.
debate? No, we're not doing this today. Get that evil away from me, Satan.
So you're on a boat. Relic is telling some lies. What is everybody else doing?
It's stories.
Stories.
Stories now.
Telling stories.
Yeah.
My apologies.
It's not
yes.
label things.
Right. Fair.
Look, they're truth until proven not to be truth.
It's true. And it's going to be a little hard to prove those out here in the ocean on a boat.
Well,
And who really wants to? They're good stories. Right. Right.
Yeah, sure.
yeah, mostly.
What are the rest of...
Not the mermaids.
You remember anything else that happened last time? Because I have 4 pages of notes, which is a little bit more than usual.
I know Martella felt real bad.
That's right.
Yeah. Turns out Marthal isn't super fond of the boats in the ocean thing.
Yep.
I wrote down that the boat has blue sails.
Oh, it does? Cool.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I remember
So
that
thanks.
Relic freaked Marthala out real bad.
Oh yeah, with the.
Oh yeah, my unseen
with the
servant.
servant.
Mm-hmm. Because that went real well.
Look, it was a good idea.
Immediately
It was. Kind of.
like a grape.
I remember not being able to refer to any of the boat parts by the proper terms and deciding in the intervening week that I do not care.
It sounds right.
It's a fantasy boat anyway. We could call things all sorts of weird things
I
like.
did finally
Oh.
learn the difference between port and starboard, though, so that's cool.
Yeah,
I know
Yeah, I do
that
know
there
that.
is a difference.
head up to the tea room and
You always say it port and
see the
starboard.
ship.
You always say it left and right.
Port also has 4 letters, as does left.
There you go.
Hmm. Wow.
I might remember one of those. Thank you.
Port is also a delicious wine.
It is.
Mm.
And port alphabetically becomes for starboard, and left becomes for right.
Okay, now
That
Luke,
is
stop talking
maybe
because
a little bit
you're
complicated.
approaching the areas where you confuse the crap out of me, and you've already given me useful information. So just quit while you're ahead. My love. Okay. I wrote down that we talked about Quentin's love life. Speaking of Luth.
All right, we debated whether or not he sent a letter back to the new GF.
Oh yeah.
Right. So Quentin and Brandel were hanging out up in the crow's nest.
Yeah, for a little while. at
Druge
least, yeah.
set up traps in his room.
Right, Druge is on babysitting duty for both parts of the artifact they are guarding and or acquiring more
Marthala.
pieces of. And, on Marthala babysitting duty.
I wrote Druge and Marthala tea parties.
Yeah, Marthala was getting a bunch of,
Calming teas.
calming teas.
Oh, that's right. The first mate had it. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Good. Okay. So I wrote down that you learned that Marthala hates boats or maybe the ocean. It's a little difficult to ask her at the moment. You learned a little bit about the relationship between Felix and the captain. The captain seems nefarious. No, sorry. Felix seems nefarious because he can hire a whole ship. I can't tell whether the Felix or the captain is nefarious because I wrote down
Felix.
he can
I think
hire a
it's
whole
Felix.
ship and knows about the device. Seems sus. So maybe Felix is nefarious because he can hire a whole ship, and the captain is nefarious
Captain,
because he knows about
yes.
the device.
Yep, that's what it was.
Okay. Well, however that breaks down, it is suspicious. I wrote down that Brandel knows everything about the weather by looking at the sky.
That's true.
Turns out.
I learned that you are avoiding a dragon turtle. We
So
learned
true.
we learned that Relic is a boat expert and very experienced, as evidenced by the eye patch. He supports theoretical piracy, like his theoretical necromancy support.
Right, yeah. If the opportunity presents itself, it's worth considering.
Right.
Theoretically.
Theoretically. And I wrote down that Quentin probably didn't leave a letter for girlfriend.
We didn't. That was nobody's business. Nobody knows.
Well,
Yeah.
I wrote it down so somebody said it out loud. Okay, so the RP point goes to Marthala, so we'll save that for the next time she can join us. Some other votes went to Relic's use of Unseen Servant, Marthala's general freaking out about being on the sea, and Relic convincing the crew he is a boat expert. All right, so you've been on the boat for a bit. We'll say it's been about 3 days. It's let's say it's about mid-morning, and you suddenly hear sorry, does anybody want to do anything before I launch into a story?
Yes.
What do you want to do?
So I think one night, maybe around dinner, waiting until Relic has had a few. Quinn's
boy.
gonna walk up and sit down next to him and kind of tap, next to his own eye and say, "So, where'd you get that eye patch?"
Oh, I made it.
Yeah. When and where'd you get the materials?
I cut it out of your cloak.
Oh, these cloaks. And
Yeah.
I pulled them both out. I'm like, okay.
You didn't need all those cloaks. Look, a lad only needs one good cloak, and maybe like a winter cloak, and then maybe like a spring cloak, maybe like a rain cloak.
When you're loud and don't sneak real well, but they come in handy when I'm trying to not get shot and clear the way ahead for us. So I'm just gonna give you these, and I'll just send you an invoice.
Oh, good luck with that, mate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or I'll just take it out of your cut. It's fine, and I'll stand up and walk away.
Right. So, I would like to assume that Brandel and I have really bonded on this trip, being the piratical tyrants that we are.
I was going to ask Brandel how he felt about that, but I don't think it matters to Relic how Brandel feels about this.
Is Brandel splitting time between like hanging out up in the sails with Quentin and like telling pirate stories with?
Like nodding along to Relic stories.
Sort of,
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there, you know.
Good.
I imagine that we've sung a few shanties in the evening, what with the crew and all, and just taking some time to become fast friends.
And
Nope, that's all.
that's
That's
it.
all. Yeah, and I continue to talk about my theories on piratical activity. Theoretical piracy,
Theoretical.
of course.
But not when the first mate or the captain are around.
Well, no.
No.
They seem not to be the jovial sort, and they might not take kindly to even theoretical piracy.
I
Much
see.
like I wouldn't talk about theoretical necromancy around a paladin or something,
Right. Right. That makes sense. I keep forgetting that this group doesn't have a paladin. It makes a lot of sense that this group doesn't have a paladin, but I just keep
Yeah, it
forgetting.
does.
It's for the best.
I do. If we find somebody that like wants to play a paladin that is constantly bewildered and upset, then sure. But until then, this group is paladinless.
Hey, Brandel, do you know mending?
Is that a person?
It's a spell. I mean, I did know a man named Mending, but that's not who I'm referencing at this location.
Right.
Well, there's the RP point for the
I was
day.
just writing it down. Yeah, you broke the
Everybody
DM.
give up. That's it.
Yeah, no, I'm afraid
You broke the DM.
not.
Oh my god. I know it shouldn't be that funny, but I can't.
It should be that funny. It is that funny. That's brilliant. I have not seen her turn this red in months.
Oh my god, I needed that. Thank you so much.
Well played, Brandel.
Okay. What's happening? Whew.
I think that's how that conversation actually would go.
No, I think that's how it happened in real life. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, well, no, I can't do that one.
But do you know Mending, though, from Uptown in Seaport? Unrelated question.
But awesome.
Are we talking about a person actually? Or does he actually wait.
Yeah. I mean, you don't know how to mend things, right? But you did mention a person named Mending, so yeah, I know Mending. Do you know Mending?
Sure.
I'm getting the sense you don't know Mending at all.
No, not really.
You're an odd duck, mate. But you know what? I like you.
Thanks.
We could have some grand high sea adventures, what? I was gonna say right and whatnot, but it came out as white,
It did.
and we're just gonna
Yep.
roll with it.
I'm amused,
Why?
if nothing else. Okay. Anything else need to happen before I launch into a story? All right then. Mid-morning, on about the third day, you hear a call from the crow's nest of Land Ho. You know that your journey's. You know that you've passed underneath, south of that one island, and that you shouldn't be hearing about land again until you reach the other continent. But that's another like 2 days away. So it's a bit odd that you're hearing somebody yelling about seeing some land on the horizon. The captain is up by the wheel with the first mate. And they're both looking at a map. What do y'all do?
I'm sorry, did you say app or map?
Map.
Okay.
Map. Map.
I'm gonna scramble up as high as I can towards the crow's nest to see what I can parse.
Can one hear the shouting from below decks?
Yes.
Because if not, it's just great.
I've decided.
I'm going to say out loud, Quentin, what do your elf eyes see?
Yes. I've been waiting so long.
He's gonna kind of look down at Relic and like squint and be like, "I don't know, you're too small," and then turn back towards the ocean and take a look.
Roll me a perception check.
Well, that's not very helpful.
Have they taken Relic anywhere? Is it to Isengard?
Oh god. Yeah, I don't have advantage on this for any reason, do I?
Nope.
That's a 12.
Well, there's definitely an island out there. Land at least, and it looks like you can just sort of see it as a smudge at this point.
I'm just writing down some land in quotes.
Yes, do that. We'll call it our
This
land.
land.
This land.
No.
I got
Oi.
you.
Captain,
Thanks,
mate.
Nate.
I thought we weren't supposed to see any more land for a hot minute. What's going on?
Captain's frowning at the map and he says, well, according to the headway we've been making, we definitely won't be coming up on the next port for another 2 days. We just passed that other island that I haven't named yet. And there's no way we got turned around. We check our heading every night, every morning. So he looks puzzled and he looks at his first mate and he looks up at you and he goes, that shouldn't be there.
Well, you know, islands don't just spontaneously appear, so that must be magic, right?
Quentin's looking around a little nervously.
You're up in the crow's nest.
Yeah.
Looking around nervously.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like agitated.
Okay.
Or
You
is there a
can't-
chance that it's the sea turtle?
The captain looks alarmed and looks at his first mate, and then they both like, no.
So I heard this story about a turtle that carried around a whole island on its back.
And they kind of like, no,
All right.
no.
Hmm.
And the captain looks thoughtful and he says, adjust heading. Let's check out what this is. Down on the deck, the crew is all talking to each other. Like a lot of them clustered around the railings and are looking out, and they're sort of muttering to each other.
I'm gonna come down and take a minute to do some meditation and cast Gift of Alacrity just to be safe.
Okay.
Question.
Yeah.
Is Druge still recuperating from the tattooing process?
No, I think this would be the first day that has faded.
Cool.
So you don't have exhaustion or any damage anymore.
Cool. Given that, I think he would just be making it above decks.
I would like to approach the cluster of the crew and say, hey now, mates, is this a common occurrence for islands to just spontaneously appear in this part of the world? You know, in the oceans that I'm used to sailing, that's not really a common thing.
They look nervous, and one of them like pokes, like elbows another one, and he says, "Well, no, I've heard stories about this island, and they say no man has ever returned, and that it's cursed, and he just like goes like makes a list of all the horrible things, that the usual story, like doomed, etc., etc.
Sure. Now listen here, lads. Now we've got a fine captain here, and, if all else fails, you got Brando the Brave and Captain Relic here on your side, so there's not a thing to worry about. I once saw Brando the Brave punch a man's head off, just right off.
I was gonna stare at my hand and then like.
Can I just say the amount of physical comedy you managed to work into a character with no visuals is fantastic.
Yeah, I have to write that down. Play amongst yourselves for a moment.
I'm sure the captain will do all that he can to avoid this thing, but when push comes to shove, you know who you got at your back here.
When the sailors discussing the curses and like all the legends, does any of it sound familiar to
I'm not done yet, so 1 second.
Oh, okay.
So a woman sort of like scoffs, and she says her grandmother used to tell her tales of a magical island that it would appear like this, but it was full of magnificent and elaborate toys, and it was a wonderland for children, so there's nothing to be worried about. It's probably that. And then another one jumps in and is like, no, it's an island that's been stricken by the plague, and it was sucked into a time vortex to inflict the plague on any unwary travelers, and now it's home only to their bones, and the likes of which are known to consume the unwary in an attempt to regain the life they lost.
Sure, yeah, we can deal with bones and whatnot.
None of this sounds too familiar. Do you want to roll a history check, Quentin?
Yeah. I'm thinking more of like where I started from, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That is 11.
I mean, a couple of the stories they're telling sound familiar because it's the kind of things that sailors always doom and gloom about, and you've traveled enough to have heard a lot of those.
Okay.
Nothing really stands out. It just sounds like sailors suspicious.
No common
suspicion.
themes. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Well, doom and gloom are common themes.
Sure. Okay.
As you've been talking, like the land that was on the horizon has gotten a lot closer. It's only been about maybe 40 minutes. And the captain and the first mate are doing a lot of like looking up at the land they can now clearly see from the deck, and then looking back down at their map, and then looking up at the land and looking back down at their map, and then they like turn around and like dig through a box and like pull out more maps, and they're like, what the shit is this?
Is there a telescope I can grab?
It's pretty early in the morning, right? Or like
Yeah, it's like mid-morning. Yeah.
I mean, does it look like we're going in the right direction? Like looking at the sun, does it sort of look like we're going? I mean, we're going like I don't even know where we're going.
Roll me a perception check.
We're
Oh,
headed
God.
generally east.
First start of the right and straight on till morning.
Mm-hmm. That one.
Oh, that is not amazing. 8 plus. What did you say? Perception?
Yeah.
9.
So 17.
No, 8 plus 9. I mean 8 plus 1, so 9.
Oh, so 9 total.
Yeah.
You're on a boat.
Motherfucker, look at me.
Don't you ever forget.
You're heading.
I mean, yeah.
You're heading towards an island.
Whoa,
Now?
whoa, whoa.
Cool, that
Um,
works.
Is the island in the sun?
No.
Hmm.
No, it is not. Yeah, so you get steadily closer and closer to this island, or maybe it's getting closer and closer to you.
See, I told you it was the back of a turtle.
And the captain calls a halt, and so they do things to the sails and like chuck an anchor overboard so that like the boat slows down and comes to kind of a stop. And you're all looking at what looks like a mountain peak that just is popped up in the middle of an ocean, and it looks like very steep sides and cliffs, but there does appear to be a beach.
How tall are these cliffs? Are they like, can we see the top of them, or are they like 10 feet?
No, it's basically like a mountain came out of the ocean. So like these they're very steep. It just goes up into a mountain,
Cool. Cliffs of Insanity. Got it.
except for that beach.
All right. I know I'm just a humble passenger on this here ship, but I vote we go around it. Who's with me? Strange islands that shouldn't be there and that are there generally should just be avoided.
Hold that thought while I check all your passive perceptions.
Wow, because Druge was actually about to agree with Relic for one.
Yeah, I thought you might.
Oh, my perception.
I wish that we give a DM page that just has all of our stats like in the little columns.
That would be nice. I could probably make one.
Certainly could.
Wow. Most of y'all do not have good passives.
Yeah, wisdom ain't my thing.
Yeah, no. I have +1 for wisdom, so you know.
I mean, Druge is decent as long as he can use his trunk. Otherwise, less so.
Okay. Quentin, you're the only one that realizes that there are 4 objects in the water that are approaching the ship. They look a lot like
Sharks.
smaller versions of a boat, like a kid boat.
Oh.
And
Like a kid could fit into it, or a kid would like hold it.
no, like a kid could fit into it, like it's like a little, and as they get closer, you realize they've been like elaborately carved, and one looks like it's been carved into the shape of a shark, and one looks like it's been carved into the shape of a starfish, but like very cartoony, and one looks like an octopus, and one looks like a castle, and they just seem to be bobbing towards the ship.
So without taking my eyes off them, I'm kind of like lean over my shoulder as Relic and Druge are discussing going around it, and say, I get the feeling that's not going to be a choice we get to make, and kind of like point towards the water.
Those are things.
It's tiny boats?
Yeah, I'm more concerned with the fact that they're moving on their own towards us.
They're just bobbing in the waves.
Yeah. Does it look like? I mean, are they
Are they
like?
getting closer?
Yes.
Why don't you just stick an arrow in them?
Okay, so I don't know if you've traveled much into places where things just appear and disappear, but typically you don't want to poke at anything, and you don't want to eat anybody's food, even if they offer it to you, especially if they offer it to you.
I didn't tell you to eat it. I said shoot it.
You know what? I'm just trying to take the opportunity to get some ground rules out here. I did start with don't shoot things, but just in case
You
it
said
comes up.
poke.
Relic, how do arrows work?
You shoot them.
And what happens when they reach their target?
They get shot.
They poke the target. So poking includes all manner of sharp. You know what? It just
Boy, you and
don't-
me are shooting arrows very differently.
Roll for initiative.
Oh god.
As these boats appear to rise up out of the water
Oh no.
and start
I
to
want the one.
unfold
there's 3.
in a way that instead of like just carvings of the octopus arms, it now has octopus arms, and these things are climbing up the side of the ship and onto the deck with these strange little like arm paddle things that seem to have been what was propelling the boats.
I was waiting for you to say they were tiny hats on top of like sea giants,
Oh,
like little party hats.
that would have been funny.
How large are they unfolded?
Unfolded, they are about they're about 5 feet tall.
Hmm.
The reach on the octopus hat is
Taller
about
than a relic.
Dude.
all right.
You said the reach on the octopus is what?
It's about 5 or 6 feet.
Okay.
All right, Quentin, what did you roll for initiative?
Oh, sorry, I was still mathing. And sorry, come back to me.
Relic, what did you roll in initiative?
15.
Druge, what did you roll in initiative?
14.
And Brandel rolled a 1.
3 total.
3 total. And Marthella's going to sit this one out because she doesn't feel good and is in the cabin drinking tea and trying not to throw up her toenails.
Nice.
I rolled 15.
You and Relic roll again. Just roll a straight d20. Who gets the higher roll?
2.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I got a 10.
All right. Well, the boats are up first.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Do-do-do-do.
So I'm imagining kind of like McDonald's Transformers toys.
Yeah, that's a good thing to
Like
imagine.
the chicken nugget ones that turned into a pterodactyl, which was one of my favorite toys ever.
I used to use... Nope, I'm not going to tell this story right now.
No, I didn't.
Give me 1 second to...
Well, more than meets the eye, you know?
Why is there not a brand of yarn that uses the slogan "more than shapes the eye"?
I'm surprised there isn't, to be honest. Okay.
Because like everybody thinks wool is bad.
So the first boat up is going to be the shark boat, and it basically looks like it is standing on these 2 little paddle legs that come out from the bottom of the boat, and the prow that made up like the front pointy bit of the boat that made up the like snout of the shark. And this, again, very cartoony, opens up and it has what looks like very real teeth inside, and it's going to try to bite. Who's on the deck?
We
I
all
don't
are.
know.
Drew's up there. Quentin's in the crow's nest.
I'm on the deck?
No, I came down to meditate.
Oh,
Great.
Right.
Then it'll bite Quentin.
Oh, good.
great.
Thanks. Good. Okay.
So
Does-
this boat crawled up the side of our boat.
Yeah. But it's like a boat that you'd like stick a kid in and float him around on a string.
Is it kind of like the maritime equivalent of like what you'd see on a carousel?
I did not follow that, so I will say neither yay nor yay.
Like a merry-go-round has like. Never mind.
You know those like blow up ships that you can stick kids in the pool?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that, but made out of wood.
Got it.
Because they don't have plastic in this world that I know of. So Quentin, does a 19 hit?
Yep.
Wait, even with the advantage on initiative, Quentin only got a 15?
No, I don't have advantage. I have a plus D8.
Oh, right.
You have a plus D8 to advantage. You only got a 15.
No, I have a plus D8 to initiative, and I rolled a 9 and a 2. Plus 4.
Well done.
Yes, a 19 hits.
Okay. Haven't gotten to use dice in a while. Oh no. You're gonna take 10 points of... Nope. Yeah, 10 points of piercing damage. Ooh.
Great.
Plus 6 points of acid damage.
No.
Next up is the Starfish. It's gonna whap Relic. It rolls a nat 20.
Oof.
That hits.
Yeah, so you're gonna take... Jesus. 19 points of piercing... No, hang on. Yep, 19 points of bludgeoning damage.
Good.
That doesn't feel good.
And you are now grappled.
All right.
Next up is the Octopus.
Oh, they all really did roll way better than us.
Yeah, they did. It's really bad. The Octopus...
No. Quentin and I had the same initiative.
Mhm.
Yes,
Okay, all right.
Meaning all three of them are higher than all
4.
of us.
All 4 of them.
Oh, good.
The Octopus is going to whap Druge.
But I'm not raging yet.
Does a 15 hit?
It does.
You're going to take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Oh, sure.
And you are grappled.
Okay.
And then the castle, this one's weird. This one, so like the Starfish and the Octopus, it just, okay, looks like their arms were like carved into the side of the boat, and those sort of like pulled themselves out and became like arms. But the castle, like sort of, that's the one that looks the most transformery, but it basically ends up looking like a blocky thing with lots of teeth. And it's gonna bite Brandel. I know, buddy. Does a 12 hit?
Thought you were gonna start with a
Oh,
20
it doesn't.
something.
It doesn't hit.
It doesn't hit! Hooray! Now, it is Quentin's turn, and Relic is on deck. Quentin, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought Quentin had already gone. That's why I was asking. that.
No.
Never mind.
No, I got bit for 16 damage.
I bit him
That's-
first because I love him so much.
Yeah. First I'm gonna shout, "Ow!" Are the sailors doing anything at all?
Cowering?
So they don't look like they're gonna be any help in this fight.
Absolutely not.
Neat. Yeah, so I think the first thing I'm gonna do is... Damn, that spell's on my other character. Get really excited. I'm going to... First thing I'm gonna do is kind of like draw my rapier out of the sheath and kind of tip it as I do it, and it looks like there's like a flint on the side or something because it's kind of sparking as it comes out.
Mhm.
I'm gonna cast Zephyr Strike
Ooh.
on myself, and I'm going to just kind of follow that through and hit the what was it that bit me? The shark.
Yeah, the shark bit you.
Okay. So Zephyr Strike says I can give myself advantage on one weapon attack roll on my turn. It deals an extra 1d8 force damage on a hit and increases my movement speed by 30 feet.
Love it.
So that's a 12 or... No, so 12 plus... Where'd my rapier go? 12 plus 19 is a 19 hit.
That hits. Roll for damage.
Great. It's a d8 plus an additional d8. Okay. So, ooh, that's 8 plus 5, so that's 13 plus 6.
So 19 damage?
Yeah.
Dang. Can I order like a kid's calculator so I can do math on it?
Oh, I was gonna do it, I just hadn't gotten to it yet.
Well, you can't do the math on the monster's damage.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Great. You need a calculator for that? That's not troublesome at all.
I need a calculator at this point in the evening when I am this tired.
that's
Somebody
fair.
made me laugh so hard I cried, and I got really discombobulated right before the game. So I need a calculator. And that seems to
Sorry, the
happen.
way you said it sounded like there were so many dice you just didn't want to roll them.
It's just odd numbers, and I don't
Yeah.
do odd numbers well.
Nope, that's fair.
And the last time
Um,
I tried to run a fight without using a calculator, y'all ended up doing like a third more damage than you needed to do because I did the math wrong. Okay, so I'm using a calculator.
I use an Excel sheet.
And I have a second attack because we're level 5.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna
Oh.
swing at him. Swing
Nice.
at him again.
Fancy.
That's a 17 plus 7 to 20, 24.
That hits. Roll for damage. There is no good way to abbreviate rapier.
3.
No,
Nope.
there is not.
That is gonna be 9 damage. Yeah, 9 damage.
Okay, so you take 2 huge chunks out of this shark. So yeah, he bites you, and you're just like whap whap, and he's like, yeah.
And then I'm going to back up.
How far?
I mean, are they all kind of like in a line next to each other?
They've sort of lunged into different positions to bite
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
Because
I
I'm not,
think
because we're theater of minding this, I'm gonna be kind of loose on where you want to back up to. Like, if you
Sure.
want to like go all the way down into the hold,
Yeah,
that's a bit too
no,
far.
I'll just tell you my purpose. So I think my purpose is going to be to flank with Druge, if I can, without surrounding myself.
Okay, so you pick the one time that I'm running a fight without a map to try and use flank rules.
I was trying to use flank rules.
No, you don't.
Uh-huh.
I literally have recordings that can prove you don't.
Not in your games. He doesn't mind.
Yeah, well, he uses maps. I do not.
Well, we started practicing our maneuvers on the way to Wald, and so
That's
we're gonna
true.
do it.
Whatever. Okay. Next up is Relic. Relic, you are up, and Druge, you're on deck. Relic, what are you doing?
Well, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. I switched mics.
You sound melodious.
Why, thank you. I was eating ice cream and I wanted to be able to mute. Anyway, sorry.
That's fair.
I
I want ice cream.
My goal here. So first I'm going to yell out, right, don't poke the strange things. Whatever, mate.
Have to have the last word, right?
Yeah, and the
Okay.
first word, and every word in between. Can you
Must
can you
have
paint
all
me a
words.
loose word picture here? Because I want to attempt to use Thunderwave to blow some of them back overboard.
Ooh.
I know they're all engaged with different ones of us, and I am grappled currently.
Mhm.
But how far around the deck have they been able to spread out before they attacked?
I'll say you're probably closest to the railing. I was imagining you and Quentin were at the railing arguing, and Quentin has sort of
Sounds
lunged.
right.
So Quentin has sort of lunged backwards, so the shark's kind of back to your left, And then I'll say to your right was where Druge was, kind of mid-deck. He's also grappled, so he's a little bit behind you. And then I'll say Brandel was probably, I guess, closer to the railing, so he probably moved a bit when the castle tried to bite him. So they're not really in a good like line to thunderwave them unless you want to hit your friends as well.
Right. I have a plan.
I
So
said it out loud, so
yeah. I'm grappled right now,
Mhm.
right? So
yep. And grappled is a thing.
yeah, you gotta.
Yes. Would you like to know what that thing does?
No, because
The
I
thing that
hovered
does
over the
things.
text and it tells me things. Your speed is
Great.
0.
Why not?
Oh, I was looking to
Oh,
see if
really?
you could do anything. Oh, I see what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Got it.
Such as when a creature is hurled away by the thunderwave.
By the thunderwave, yes.
I like that that's the specific example on it.
It actually says that on there.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, it literally
It
says,
says
such as when a creature is hurled away by the thunder waves.
Yeah, it's the third bullet point. It's like the condition also ends if an effect removes the grappled creature from the reach of the grappler or grappling effect and then uses the thunderwave spell as the example.
Oh, cool.
You mean,
So-
of course, and on purpose.
Oh, of course, on purpose. Yes. I'm first after I poke Luth. I'm gonna yell out. Y'all better grab your socks. I'm about to get angry, and I would like to hold action. Let me know if I can do this.
Uh-huh.
To give Brandel and Druge an opportunity to take their move action. And then I would like to blast Thunderwave at
Okay.
the
Hopefully lined up
bucket at the second level.
the second level.
Oh shit! Second
All right.
level thunderwave.
Hang
That's
on to
And-
that. Yep.
And my bonus action, I would like to give Druge some motivation and give him a little bardic inspiration. Come on, Druge, break that wooden box.
All right.
And that's a D8 right now.
That is correct.
Ooh, that's
Love to see
nice.
it.
What's that look like? No, it doesn't Relic have to roll a d8?
No, I
Uh-uh.
roll a D8.
You
when
roll a
it
D8.
is-
Oh, I
yes,
got it.
when
I got it.
is
Okay.
relevant.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah. So Relic, you're gonna hold on to that action.
Mhm.
You've given me very clear directions, and I think yeah. Okay. So Druge, you're up next. Brandel, you're on deck. Druge, what are we doing? No. Damn it! I just erased all of my notes from this game. Ugh.
Can you undo?
No. Okay. Let's just keep going. Druge, what are we doing? An octopus just hugged you very badly.
So
And you're
funny
grappled.
story. I don't think Druge has any of his weapons on him currently. I think they're all still below deck.
Oh,
Which, I'm fine with. There are options here.
right.
Like 4-foot spears poking out of your face.
First and foremost, I would like to rage.
Sure.
Nice.
Yeah, that
which,
sounds right.
at this point, after being malevolently hugged
Uh-huh.
and otherwise put upon and injured.
Yep.
And having just been tattooed, and it's been a rough few days.
That's
Yeah.
It's not the best thing.
Yeah.
The runes around the tusks will start glowing a dark orange, and he will take a deep breath and point his trunk downward and trumpet directly down onto the thing that's grappling him. And his wild surge will push out a beam of dark orange light that it needs to make a constitution saving throw against as he trumpets down onto it.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
13.
13 just hits it, so it's fine. But but it's not blinded, but no, it doesn't take the damage either. Fine, it's just impressive looking.
It doesn't take
This
any
looks really
damage?
cool.
No, if it beats the DC, it doesn't take the blinded condition or the damage.
But it's incredibly impressed.
Yeah, it's
Are you
super
still
impressive.
grappled?
Oh, I'm still grappled. That's just my bonus action to rage. That's just part of the raging thing.
Oh, that was all raging?
Oh.
Yep.
Got it.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that is all just part of
Got
the
it.
rage deal.
Now I'm even more impressed.
Yeah, I'm super impressed.
Now we're all like, yes, yeah,
Yes.
yes, it's very impressive.
Like before we
So-
were like, oh
Like
yeah,
sipping,
okay. But
sipping
now we're like,
Manhattans
yeah.
when he just did.
Yes. No, I have a cup of tea, so I can do the thing where I'll be like, yes.
I'm actually drinking wine right now, so it's great.
We need to get Drew a monocle.
Oh, can we please get Druja Monocle? I'll make it magic. Anyway, your action is?
Yeah. So just like mental map of the battlefield. We've got one that tried to murder Brandel,
Right.
one that Quentin has been
So Quentin's
violencing upon.
furthest to the left fighting a shark. Relic is between you and Quentin fighting a starfish and being hugged by it. And you're being hugged by an octopus. And then to your right is Brandel with a castle trying to bite him.
Castle. Yeah.
Are any of them closer to the edge than others?
Brandel is... Relic is right next to the railing.
And who's the next closest after that with
Brandel.
who isn't being grappled?
Brandel.
Bueno.
Cool. I would like to, with the first part of my attack action, attempt to reverse the grapple on the one that is grappling me.
Yep.
So I'm going to make a grapple attempt against it.
Oh,
You ever
you're not
tried
going to try
grapple the
and
grappled?
escape
Yeah.
it? You're just
I'm
gonna...
not trying to
Grappled.
escape it. I'm trying to apply a grappled to him. So,
Okay.
Jujitsu.
Well,
yeah.
well.
Mhm.
What do I roll?
And it is athletics or acrobatics to try and avoid it. Yeah.
What's the thingy for that?
Strength.
Strength?
Strength or dex, yeah.
19.
That is a 26 from Drew.
But I rolled a 19.
Yeah, okay.
Your reverse grapple works.
Great. So Druge will pull this thing off of him with the trunk and just kind of pull it off and dangle it in front of him. And I don't know if this actually works mechanically, so I'm just going to run the idea by you.
Yeah.
I would like to use the shove action to throw the starfish into the castle that is attempting to murder Brandel.
The octopus into the castle?
Or whatever was just grappling
The
me that I have
octopus?
just grappled, I would like to use the shove action to throw it against its thing. Or an improvised weapon attack, or however you would like to rule that.
Yeah, because you're kind of like throwing something.
Yeah, if that's an improvised weapon or whatever else. Otherwise, I can do other
Right.
stuff, but...
No, I feel like you can shove.
Yeah, or if it's just like an improvised weapon and throwing it against someone, that's fine too.
Let's go with... Oh god, I don't even know. Let's go with shove, I guess.
Cool.
No, let's do the improvised weapon because you're intending to do damage. What are you intending
Yep.
to do? Are you trying to get it
I'm,
over
I'm
the edge
intending
or
to
do damage?
hit his friend with his other friend and do damage to both.
So if you were to pick
Okay.
up Brandel and try and beat someone to death with him,
Yeah,
Right.
I'm attempting to yeet him into his friend and cause damage to both.
Let's do
Welcome to
improvised
Yeet
weapon.
Use
then.
the technical
Yeah,
term.
to you.
Yes,
That's
That's
what I'm writing
features
down.
in the DMG. It's in the rule books. Yeah,
I'm writing that down as the
Cool.
last way you said that.
great.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do this recklessly, just for giggles.
Sure. Now, does the octopus or the castle get to roll to avoid this, or?
Essentially, I'm using the octopus as a weapon against the other. So it's basically I'm using it as a projectile. So if it misses the AC, then it doesn't hit them. But
Okay.
Sure.
cool.
What do we got?
We're gonna go ahead and use that bardic inspiration from Relic.
Are we now?
We sure
welcome.
are. It's gonna be beautiful.
You know what? I think I will smash this thing.
With the bardic inspiration, that is a dirty 20 to dirty 20 to yeet.
Your yeet succeeds.
Great.
So damage-wise, how do we want to, like, you roll for damage and then we split it? Or does it apply to both of them, do you think? I could argue that it applies to both of them.
I would argue so. I will
Yeah, that's
leave
what
that
I would
up to
argue. No, that's-
DM discretion.
That's what I've decided. So roll for damage and it'll hit both of them.
Cool. Do we want it to include the strength bonus or just the standard?
I think it should include the strength bonus because you just yeeted this thing.
Great.
I mean, I'm
down
that
with
sounds
that.
right to me, and I'm
Mhm.
God here, so let's do it.
So that's 11 points of damage, including the rage damage.
Just gonna assume that's bludgeoning.
Yes.
Got it. Love it.
Sharp octopus.
Is great. Cool.
Do any of them get closer to the edge?
Yeah, I think they're right up against the railing at this point.
At which point, Druge will use the last, or any of his 40 feet of movement to get closer and try to put himself between them, the railing, and the rest of the party.
You do that handily. You've probably got another 20 feet of movement still, at least. Yeah, more like 30. This boat is not that big.
Now, not to metagame here, but that will prevent me from firing off my because it won't meet the
Yeah, you did say
triggers.
move
That's
back.
true, Druge.
Druge is raging, and I don't know that he cares.
Oh, he wouldn't.
Elephants are great.
Yeah, that's what I was
fine.
Also, Druge is pretty thick, so
Well, I mean,
yeah,
I won't actually be able to
could,
cast
but-
it because I
Right.
held action.
is to when it's away from people.
Um,
Is there a moment between when it has
I'm-
been thrown and when Druge moves that spell can go off?
I'm not gonna be. Oh yeah, actually, if you're holding the
Octopus?
if you're holding if you're holding that spell specifically for when all of those like a bunch of the monsters are up against the railing, it takes I would argue that it takes Druge enough time that you could probably get your thunder wave off before Druge gets over there.
He rushes to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus,
bef-
plus that would just look cool, so that's what I want to happen.
Now,
Nice.
more specifically, my action was to make sure that Druge, Brandel, and Quentin were far enough away.
Yeah, so let me look up thunder wave real quick.
It's a
It is a 15
15-foot cube.
Yeah.
You
like-
can position it.
Yeah.
You can position
Okay.
it where it's not going to hit them. I will.
So when the octopus gets thrown into the castle and knocks it back just a little bit away from Brandel, in the moment before the charge, then yeah, I'll get off with my thunder wave.
Love
Send
it. Do it.
Cue
This,
the Avengers theme.
this is just gonna look cool.
Oh, I tried to roll it on VTT, sorry, and it would not let me. I called at the second level.
You did.
So everybody has to make a Constitution saving throw. Anybody that's going to be in that. DC 16.
We'll say it's just the monsters. DC 15.
16.
Oh Jesus. Okay, so we'll say the first one that I'm rolling for is the Starfish, and it fails. Just keep track of that for me for a second. The
Okay.
next one, nat ones on their save. That's the we'll say the Octopus, and then the they all fail. All of them.
Cool.
All right. So 3d8. Oh, that's not great. 2, 2, 8, so 12.
So 12 to the starfish, the octopus, and the castle. Let me do math.
Is the shark in the range too?
Nope, shark's behind you.
Okay. And they are all pushed 10 feet.
They're all gonna end up in the water again.
Okay.
I love it.
Nice. Okay, so here's a quick recap, right?
Yes, please.
Octopus goes
Please
flying
do. Yes.
across the deck. Well, no. Let's back it up one step further.
Uh-huh.
Rouge trumpets and emits this. Was it dark orange?
Yeah.
Dark orange magical glow.
It's like
His
the
runes
Godzilla,
light up.
like
I
the
imagine,
radiation thing straight down.
and I imagine that the deck shudders a little bit
Oh, definitely.
in that moment.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then he jujitsu's his elephant jujitsu's a boat, or wait, jujitsu's
The
an octopus
Yep.
into a reverse.
An anthropomorphized castle.
Yeah.
A reverse trunk hold.
Yeah,
Whatever
and
that
then
looks like.
slings it across the deck into
Yeets it.
a wooden
Yep.
castle,
Mhm.
and then in that moment there's a thunderous boom,
Yeah.
and they all get
Just-
blasted off of the ship.
Like right through the railing. Yeah.
This makes it into the Snyder cut. It's in slow motion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I want you to imagine, I know this is not real in combat, but I want you to imagine there's a good like 5 seconds where everybody just stops, including the shark boat, and like looks at what just happened and is like, damn. Okay,
You're welcome.
Brandel.
Yeah, that was dope. Druge uses their item interaction to fist bump Relic with their trunk.
Great.
I don't know that they're actually close enough to do that. but
Yeah,
that-
sure. I want them to be.
Right.
That's wonderful. Hey, Brandel,
Yeah.
it's your turn?
Is Quentin being grappled?
Nope. No one's
Okay,
being
then
grappled
I'll just-
anymore.
I'll just move a little bit back and shoot his thing with an Eldritch Blast.
Yep.
Oh, do you get 2 of them now?
What? I don't know how it works.
This is what the character sheets are for.
Oh,
You
God.
get a beam.
Oh,
of
2
cry-
beams of 5th level, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, is it 5th
it
level?
is 2 beams at 5th level.
Oh, yeah,
You are
2
5th level.
beams.
Well,
Oh, shit. Okay, well, that's.
roll them d10s.
16 plus 7, so a lot.
Wait, why
to
plus
hit.
7?
16 plus 7.
Why?
To hit.
Math.
Why plus 7?
23.
I have plus 7 to hit.
No.
Yeah.
He does?
Yeah, I have plus 7 to hit with Druge.
I only see a
Same.
plus 4. No, there's a
Yeah.
plus 7 over there. Never mind, ignore
Yeah,
me.
23. So
Uh,
that's
oh,
23 to
That's what
hit.
you're rolling to hit. You super hit?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In my head,
And
in my
then-
head, it just happens. But you're
Oh,
right.
okay.
You have to roll for Eldritch Blast. You're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Once per blast, actually.
Yeah, only once.
Do
So
I have to? Yeah. Do I have to roll for both?
no,
both-
not at all.
both teams, or do
No,
I have
not
to-
at all. I do want you to roll damage for both, but your
Okay.
hit for both is just the 23, and that
okay.
super hits.
Then that's okay. That's 14 damage for the first beam.
Jeez.
I rolled a
Uh-huh.
10.
Uh-huh.
Oh god, and 13 damage for the second one.
Good God.
I rolled a
Heck!
9.
Heck!
Okay. Oh boy. Okay.
This
so
thing
that-
is not looking good.
And it took 28 damage from me. So we both did
Pew pew.
almost 30 damage to it.
Yeah, this thing is not feeling great.
Oh boy.
Back to the top of the round. The boat that is not feeling great is going to try and bite Quentin again. And it's going to make a weird squealing noise, like wood that's been twisted.
Oh well, that's cool.
Shite. It does a 13. No, does a 12 hit? No. Yeah, 12? No. Okay. So it is sort of like leaning drunkenly like a bookshelf that's kind of falling over. Which is why it misses by kind of a mile. Now, the other boats are going to spend their turns climbing back up on deck.
Nice.
Let me write that down.
I need a D10 that has an actual 10 instead of a 0, because whenever I see the 0, I'm like, 0?
Yeah.
That's so.
Oh man. Wait a
Oh,
minute.
man.
Quentin.
Wait, actually, that's the best.
Quentin, you're up You're up next, and Relic, you're on deck. Quentin, what are we doing with this shark boat that's in front of you?
That's a good question. I think, yeah, I think I'm just gonna wail on it with my rapier twice, and then have Marrow bite it in the butt for my bonus.
Try your rapier.
So first attack is that's a 16.
That hits.
Great. Do you want me to roll this second one?
Roll damage for this one.
Roll damage first. Okay. Well, that's not a lot. That's 7.
You wail on it with your rapier, and it just sort of like falls into pieces. And then the pieces sort of like jerkily like form back into a boat, and then all that's on the deck is like a kid's wooden boat that's carved
Like we could
like
pick
a
it up
shark.
and like ride its carcass out of the island.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's one. Then I'm gonna move over to the next closest thing, which is the starfish.
Sure.
And stab at V. That's a 17 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage.
Okay. That's not amazing. That is a 8
Okay.
damage.
That one's still kicking.
Okay, and then Marrow's gonna bite that one in the butt.
Fair enough.
Which is... Oh, so close. Sorry, that's a 16 plus something. That's his plus.
That hits.
Yeah. And his damage is a thing. It's a number. It's a bite. 2d6 plus a number. Okay. That's 4 and a 4. That's an 8 plus 4. That's 12 damage.
Nice. He gets a big old chunk out of it. All right, that one's still up. So Relic, your Quentin, you doing anything else?
Nope, that's all my stuff.
Cool. Relic, you're up. There is a shark-shaped kid's boat on the floor of the boat, the ship that you're on. There's a starfish, an octopus, and a castle in that order from left to right. So the starfish is probably the closest one to you. What are you doing?
And the starfish is actively engaged with Quentin right now. Is that correct?
And Marrow.
Yeah, Quentin and Marrow are both attacking the starfish currently, yeah.
And these are completely wooden, right? By everything that we can see.
That's what they look like, but when the starfish was hugging you, it was really sticky and it was weirdly hard soft. Like it was like it didn't feel like wood, it felt like... I I want it to feel as much like the inflatable versions of these things that I'm thinking of as I can. So like, have you ever
Okay.
been whapped in the side of a head with one of those inflatable things that you use in a pool?
Yep.
Yeah, that basically.
Definitely not metal though.
Pool noodles to the side of the head. Yikes.
Pet, pet.
Yeah, like that shit hurts.
Okay. Druge is still raging though, right? So-
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna whip out my brand new fancy spoon.
Uh-oh.
And
I forgot about that.
do a little like, because I just thunder waved these dudes off the boat. They're
did.
coming back up. I'm gonna do like a. I'm gonna pull the spoon out of my belt pouch and do like I'm casting a spell, like wave the flourish. There's the word, flourish the spoon.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and yell, "Gotcha!" at the not the starfish, the octopus that is coming up on the other side.
Okay.
I don't know what it does though.
You are you're gonna roll a d10. Nope. You're gonna make an attack roll,
Okay.
and
Do I
you're
add
gonna
my regular
add
spell attack?
you're
Okay.
gonna add your spell attack modifier. Yep.
Okay.
Tell me what you got.
That is a 17.
That hits. Now you're gonna roll a d10. And
8.
you're gonna add 4.
So a total of 12.
And what color did you?
Chartreuse.
Yes. So a chartreuse. Damn it. Blast comes out of the bottom, or out of the bowl of this thing, and the bowl of this wooden spoon gets a little darker, as if it's been scorched. You remember there was a scorch mark in the bowl? That's gonna, and after the first time you use this, that scorch mark got like deeper, as if it had been scorched more. This is happening again.
Okay. And then with my bonus action, I will sling a little bardic inspiration at Brandel. Go on, Brandel the Brave. You got this, mate.
Love it.
Yeah.
Can you just, that's a cantrip, right? You can just use that whenever you want.
No, I
Yeah.
have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 actions of it.
Got it. Okay. And that's it for you?
Yep, that's it.
Okay. Druge, you're up. Brandel, you're on deck. Druge, what are we doing?
So
There's 3 left.
layout of the battlefield. Okay, so
Yeah,
there's
there's-
one back there that's a freshly wooden, inanimate boat.
Yep. There's a starfish that Quentin and Mara are attacking. There's an octopus that just got hit by a chartreuse blast and that rocked it back on its heels. And there's and then there's a castle to the right of that. And so the octopus is probably the one that's in your most direct line of sight.
Cool. And which one looks the roughest? The one Quentin and Marrow have been wailing upon?
Actually, the octopus and the starfish look pretty similar, and they don't look great.
All right, I'm okay with that. Drew's just going to take another deep breath and trumpet at the one next to Quentin and Marrow again, and there will be another lance of orange light as he trumpets at them, and they also need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Good. I failed again.
They take 6 points of radiant damage, and they are blinded.
Are Quentin and Marrow okay?
Yeah, it is just the one creature that I can see.
Oh, got it. Okay. So, and that was at the starfish. That, just to be clear, that Quentin and Marrow were biting. You shot it
Yep.
at that. Got it. Okay. Yes,
Yep.
you did damage to that thing. Good job.
Yep, so that is now blinded for, whatever may happen when Quentin and Marrow attack it with advantage. Anyway, I would then like to attempt to grapple the starfish, castle, shark thing, whatever is nearest to me, I would like to
Octopus.
attempt to grapple that again. Great. I would like to grapple the octopus.
Do it.
Is a 20.
Oh, that hits. Yes. Sorry.
Great. I would like to attempt to yeet that. Actually, I want to move it back. I want to rotate it around its other friend and yeet it into its friend and yeet them both off the boat at the same time.
Are you like swinging it by a tentacle, like a chain or a morning star?
I mean, if I can.
I really
If
want
not,
that to be what's happening. Yeah, that. Well,
Great.
let's see how well you roll. So roll to yeet.
Great.
Yeet check.
I will also do this recklessly. That is a 22 to
That-
hit.
That hits. Roll me some damage for these bad boys.
Two, 9 points of damage.
So you run up to the octopus. You snort orange terribleness at the starfish. Then you run up to the octopus. You get it in a very firm grip. You swing it around, smash it into the castle, and yeet it. Yeah. You knock it back 10 feet again.
Or however far back it knocks them, but the aim is to toss them off the side of the boat again. If that is not the case, then fine, but that is the attempt.
No, they were like right at the edge again, and there's no railing anymore. So yeah, I'm just gonna let that happen.
Great.
Set him up, knock him down.
Yeah, I mean that's one way to deal with these guys that I didn't think of, so that's pretty good. Let me do math.
Yep.
Okay, they are both in the water, and neither of them look great.
Fantastic. Druge will use their free action to look very menacing at the side of the boat.
You do that. Brandel, you're up. What are you doing?
How many are still alive?
3. 2 of them are in the water and they look bad, and Quentin and Mara are biting the starfish one, and it doesn't look great either.
Okay. Yeah.
You can shoot them in the water, just for the record.
Yeah. I think I'll let Quentin handle that one. I'll peek
The starfish.
Over
Yeah.
Yeah. Peek over over to the water, and I'll shoot one of the 2.
You gonna use Eldritch Blast again?
Yes. I
Okay.
will.
Are you gonna shoot it with both beams?
Yeah, I think so. I'll just focus on one of them. I don't know.
How about the castle? It's the closest to you.
Yeah, sure. Let's go for the castle.
I got it wrong last time. You do need to roll an attack roll for both
For
blasts.
both attacks.
Yeah,
Okay.
my bad.
Well, the first one is a 13.
Oh, no, that hits. Yep. Roll damage for that one. Or no, roll your other. Do whatever you want. You can roll your other attack or roll your damage. Okay. Actually, roll damage first. Specifically.
Okay,
Just roll damage.
Just in case.
Just in case.
That is another 10, so 14.
Jeez.
Okay.
Fucking beach fur balls out in the ocean, you guys.
Yeah.
The reason I asked you to do your damage first is because I can now say that it seems to fall apart, but then also form back into the boat that looked like a castle, and it is bobbing on its side as if it is dead.
Oh,
So,
well,
if
yeah,
you-
that's gonna go.
So if
They
you
go limp and you let go and the bungee's back into position.
exactly like that. That's exactly what I was thinking. And so you can aim your second blast at the octopus if you'd like.
Yeah, the second blast is a 15 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And that's 8 damage.
Hang on one second. Let me do math real quick. Yeah. So that one is still up, but it looks hurt. Yeah. You gonna do anything else in your turn?
I mean, I think
That's pretty good. Yeah. So I forgot to take the break, and I in the middle. I'm okay, but if y'all need a break, you want to do that now because we're at the bottom of a round.
I'm good to keep going.
Okay. Anybody?
Same.
Yep.
Same.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Alright.
Whatever you guys want.
That did not sound convincing. If you need a break, you can take a break.
No, yeah, no, I'm
Okay. All right. So the starfish is up next, and it is going to try its best to whap.
It is also a disadvantage since it is blinded.
Oh well, great.
Oh, it's blinded?
It does a real bad
light?
job. It's blinded by the light.
By
Mhm.
the trunk.
Quite literally.
Okay, so it doesn't even matter who it was trying to whap because it missed horribly. And then the
Octopus.
octopus,
Well,
which
that's
is
dead.
still up and moving, is going to climb back onto the boat. Yeah, you killed the castle.
Has it not yet learned that the boat is not a safe place?
Yeah.
I don't think these things are real bright. Quentin, you're up. Relic, you're on deck. Quentin, what are we doing?
Well, things. Did you say it advantage as it's blind?
You have advantage because it's blinded, right? Yes.
I have advantage because it's blind. Okay.
Did I recall a
Mhm.
rule correctly? Look at me.
You did.
Yeah. Well, then I'm going to just roll up on it with my pup again.
Puppet.
So
Did I do something bad?
7. That's a nat 20. Okay.
Oh, boy.
Advantage roll.
Advantage is fun, you guys.
Yep.
Yeah. So you do all the math for that damage for me real quick before you do
Yep.
anything else.
Did we say we roll once and double the die?
Yeah. No. Yeah. So you.
And then
No. So
No,
you take
we
max
said full damage.
on one,
Oh,
and then you roll the
right,
other
yeah.
one.
I think that's
Got it. Okay, well that's gonna be an 8 plus 2 plus a number that I definitely know, which is 6. So that's 16 damage on that one.
Okay. It is still up, but really, really, really unhappy.
I'm gonna kind of like, not like a full step. I'm not actually moving, but I'm gonna kind of like rack back on my heels and kind of like nod at Marrow. And Marrow is gonna bite at him with advantage. So that's 17 plus 5. That's a 23.
That hits.
And he gets a 2d6 plus 4, which is that's 14.
Marrow does more damage than you do, mathematically, just so you're aware.
Yeah, but I get 2 attacks.
So I think Marrow is going to bite onto, like the starfish and, like, start like shaking his head back and forth, like really like he's got a
Yep, that
toy,
works.
and it's like the starfish just sort of like falls apart and then starts to form back into the boat. And so I imagine that it forms back into the boat, but Marrow is still like on it, so he's like and is like trying to pull back on it
Yeah,
on
I
something
feel
that's
like
kind
if
of
it starts
immovable.
Reforming, he shakes harder.
Right.
He gets mad.
Exactly. He's like,
He's
no.
like, "No!"
Yeah. So we're just gonna leave him with his new chew toy, and you've got
Marrow would
another.
like to-
You've got another rapier thingy, right?
I do, yeah.
And the octopus has just climbed back up on the deck.
Yep. And I'm gonna run over to that and stabby stab.
Great. Roll to stabby stab. You don't have advantage on this one.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. That's 15.
That hits. Roll damage.
Oh, great. Okay.
That's an excellent mug you have.
Why, thank
Isn't it,
you.
though?
This is a Barden Barbarian mug. They make wonderful products, and I love them desperately. And it's real pretty, and I like it. It keeps my tea real warm. I have used this cup 5 times today.
Well, that's high praise.
5 luck succeed. That's 8 piercing damage.
8 piercing.
Okay, it's still standing, but it's not doing great. Relic, you're up next. And
So there's
Drew's, you're on deck.
there's the dude, the octopus
Is
has
he-
crawled back on desk,
Yep, and
Deck.
been stabbed by Quentin. He's the only one still
Okay.
up.
and Starfish is dead. So
Yep.
And then there was one.
Mm-hmm.
looks like it's all up to me now, mates. Man, I really don't have many offensive spells.
Please,
And you said
yeah,
it's
this is
looking
not
real
great.
bad?
Please tell me you have this.
It is looking real bad, yeah.
Yep. So I'm gonna mock it to death.
Yes.
Yes!
Nice.
It has to do a wisdom saving throw of DC 16.
Hope it's a smart boat.
It's not a smart boat. It's not a smart boat. It does not succeed.
And I now do 2d4 of damage.
Yeah. Level 5, y'all.
That's almost your insults do almost as much damage as my dog.
As your dog.
Well, you know, I'm very eloquent, and in this case, I'm gonna look at it and go, right, you are Bodie McBoatface. You come up here thinking you're bad, and we just we swab the deck with you.
Nice.
And it only does 4 damage, though. I rolled a 3 and a 1.
It starts to fall to pieces and then forms back into a boat. You mocked it to death.
Yes!
Looks like it just couldn't hold up to your insults.
Everyone's a critic.
There is a stunning silence where the only noise you hear is like the gentle rocking of the octopus boat that just formed back into the boat with that looks like the carvings on its side, and it's just sort of like rocking very gently, and then a thunderous cheer breaks out amongst the crew, and they run up and they try to lift all of you up on their shoulders, like, yay!
And they're like,
Poor people
So
struggling with
I think they managed to pick up everybody. They have a bit of a hard time with Brandel, and they go to pick up Druge, and then they sort of like pat him on the arm, like, yeah, buddy. And like one of them goes to one of them goes to like friend like punch you on the arm, and then like at the last second like
you're still raging.
stops it from hitting you, you know,
But
like.
at this point, it's just he'll kind of like huff through the trunk, and they'll be like, you know, when like a muffler spits out a bit of flame, it'll be that.
Yeah.
But with, like a little bit of the orange coming out the trunk. And
They like scramble back and like go try to pretend like they've got a hand on one of the other people's butts. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and everything is fine now.
Yeah. So you've got one of these little kids' boats down in the water, and it keeps bumping up against the ship, and then you've got the 3 on deck, and the captain comes down on deck and has his sword drawn, and
Might have been useful
no,
3 minutes ago.
You did.
Hey, you had 3 rounds of combat, so in 12 seconds, y'all murdered 4 wooden boats. Okay, so he looks at his sword and like just sheathes it, and like he's looking at the boats and he's looking at the rest of you, and you can see in his eyes. I'm not gonna make you roll insight for this. You can see in his eyes that he is very confused about the boats because like he's never seen anything like this before, and B, he is real surprised at the damage y'all laid down. Like that is not something he expected. Like seriously, y'all destroyed 4 wooden critters in 12 seconds. That's
To be particular, is
wait,
it
no,
today?
it was 18 seconds. It's 6 seconds around. I can do math. Yeah,
Yeah.
so 18. So about 20 seconds, you destroyed all these things.
Yeah.
In spectacular manner, if I do say so myself, I could get used to this sort of adoration.
Yeah. And he like looks at all of you, and like
Is the captain he or they?
or sorry, they. Thank you. They tip their hat back and then just take it off and sort of does a flourishing bow and sticks it back on their head and is like, well, all right. Do you think these things are dead?
It could be.
If you set me down, I can check.
Yeah, the crew's all set you down at this point.
Okay. I loot the boats. I just wanted to say that.
I loot.
But yes, I
the
do.
boat.
I do check them over and see if they're dead and/or have any clues, not just loot, but any clues or anything.
They are. Roll me an investigation check.
Yeah, I also want to poke one of them.
You roll me an investigation check as well.
You.
Well, fuck.
Not good. Not
Better
good.
than what I rolled.
11.
Well, it's a skill check, so technically you can't roll an at one, right? So that's
Right.
a 4.
You say that.
So the boats. So when you first saw the boats, like they were beautifully carved toys, right? That you could plop a kid in and tow them around on a rope in like a pool. And then when they unfolded, they became incredibly lifelike versions of whatever you were fighting, except like the shark had legs and like they were
Street shark.
street shark. They were
That's a
much.
great show.
I was imagining I was imagining the Moana Maui when he had the shark head.
Like,
Shark
and
head.
shark and legs.
And like a lot of them are much bigger. Like the Starfish was obviously much bigger, and like a castle looked like a blocky thing. Now while they did form back into the boats, they've been hacked and blasted and crushed and stuff. So Quentin, I'm gonna say you get a splinter about the size of a toothpick in your hand right as you go to investigate, and you are distracted. Brandel, the one that you're looking at, like it's really inanimate, like and like it feels very lifeless, which you're pretty sure it's dead. And you notice a mark on the bottom that looks like a stylized M.
For mini.
Hang on. A stylized M with like a spiral through it. Like it looks like there was a circle around it, but then it spiraled into the letter.
Oh.
Like an Aruba.
What?
The at
Jamaica?
symbol? Like what like use like in an email, is it like the M version of that, or does the spiral like go over and behind it or something?
It goes over it.
Okay.
What does it feel like when I touch it? Like, is it like? I mean, because earlier you said it was like.
Oh
hot
yeah,
wood.
it feels exactly like wood. And like you knock on it and it sounds like wood.
Interesting.
Wow. It's fun.
That's a good question.
That's quite strange.
Well, what do we do with them? Says the captain.
I would recommend smashing them to bits and burning them.
The crew all look at each other, and then they go get things to smash them to bits.
Yeah.
I think Quentin was already like pushing the one next to him, like he's facing towards everybody and he's like shoving it backwards off the boat with his foot, but we'll stop when Relic says that.
They're not gonna. I think what they'll do is they'll like smash them to bits and then like make like a raft and lower that down and then throw all the bits on top of it and then light that on fire after it like gets far enough away from the
Are
boat.
we doing Viking funerals right now?
Well, you can't like light a giant fire on a boat. Like that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
So yes, you're Viking funeraling these toy boats
You
that were
can't.
beautifully carved.
Okay. I guarantee this will fail spectacularly, but Quentin will walk up with his bow and like have wrapped like a rag around the arrow, like soaked in oil, and he'll kind of like look back and like be all cool, be like, I got this. And, like,
wait.
yeah.
Has it gone overboard yet?
Not if you don't want it to have. What do you want to do?
I want to surreptitiously put one of my handful of iron nails into the pile of bits and bobs.
Okay.
Okay.
What?
Suspicious.
I don't know what that will do, but okay. Yeah.
I don't either.
I'll take it.
I
Alright.
know where this is going. I know exactly what's happening here.
Okay, you do
There-
that.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Oh, okay, I see. You're such a dick. And yeah, and they'll cuss it out, and I'll aim. I'll pull my flaming arrow up, and I'll aim at the boat or at the raft, and I will fire at it.
Yeah, you do all that. This isn't combat. I'm not
Okay.
gonna make you roll for it.
I know. Oh, I'm waiting for relic. Okay.
Okay, so it lands. It ignites, and
Nope. If he hit it, that's fine.
I was waiting for you to like.
What was I missing?
Metal. As
And
the
then
arrow
he
was, like,
casts heat metal.
It
on
was
the
clearly
iron.
on the way about to hit it, and then you cast heat metal.
Nope. Relic is thinking right
Just
now
a
that we
backup
kind of
plan,
have a mythos going on right now with the crew, and I don't want to ruin that by you just biffing the shot here. So even if you biffed the shot, I was gonna set it on fire.
No, that's brilliant. I was waiting for you to light it right before he hit it.
Also, as all of this is happening, while Druge is catching his breath after raging, part of the catching his breath process will be magical awareness. So he will be aware of the presence of concentrated magic, or know about any spells or magic items.
Huh?
It's basically detect magic, but
what's
The
your
fancy part.
range?
60 feet.
Okay. You're not sensing any magic from these
Weird shits.
weird shits.
I don't think Druge is even super aware that he's trying to, but as you're cooling down, they're
I-
breathing exercises.
Yeah, I think that. I like the idea of that being the breathing exercise.
Yeah.
Would you say is Drew's like, as he's aware of all these things, like the calming process is him like categorizing and like sorting the things around him?
I don't know if it's like categorizing and sorting as much as
That's
you're doing a lot of projecting when you're raging, and this
Mhm.
is more turning that back inwards. And
Categorizing is a bad description. I was thinking more like count 3 things you can smell,
that
like
yeah,
2
It-
things you
it's
can
that.
touch.
And it ends
Yeah.
up being magic. Yeah.
Or like school of
Oh, I
magic.
like that. Yeah.
Basically,
yep,
panic attack coping mechanisms.
yeah, but with
But with rage.
magical rage.
Does your reckless attacking and rage and stuff, like, do you get exhaustion from that? I forget.
No, not with Druge's subclass. There are barbarian subclasses that do get that. Druge is not one of them.
Got it.
Mm.
All right. We are close enough to our end time that we're gonna wrap up in a bit. Brandel, are you gonna tell anybody about the mark that you saw?
Oh. I thought I
No.
saw it. Oh.
No, like the door is unlocked, but why would you tell anyone about that?
Or
I mean,
the
I'm-
thing you noticed on the beach and never told anyone about.
I'm pretty sure the answer is no, but I thought I'd ask.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think so.
Yep. Just checking.
My favorite part about this is, like, you're our most fervent lore friend, and your character finds all the lore and tells
No one. It's
Well,
brilliant,
weird man
though.
in real life, you're like, hey, what's Destiny lore? And you're like, okay, tuck in.
Sit down.
Stay a while and listen.
Hang out for a bit. So,
Collaborate even.
so the captain is gonna watch the pyre,
Mhm.
and they're gonna be like, "Well, do you think those things came from the island?"
I find it better not to ask questions like that, and we should just sail on.
Question.
Yep.
Would Druge's Outlander feature of Wanderer give him any information as to that? the feature that does. You have an excellent memory for maps and geography and can recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features around you. In addition, food, settlements, whatever that are around.
Oh yeah.
So having traveled
You-
this way, would Druge recognize any of them?
Yeah, you and Quentin both know that island should not be here.
Cool.
Because you've been this way before. Like that
Yeah.
like that should not be here at all. There are no little bitty islands anywhere in this is a very well traveled ocean, like there are no islands there at all.
And just kind of table dog for a second. It just attacked us. Like we're just a ship, and it just attacked us. And like had we not been here, they would have been kind of screwed. So I'll kind of look over at Druge and be like, I know it's magic, but if this was just a commerce ship, like
Yeah.
we should
I
probably
know.
clean this up.
Well,
Come on.
Marthala will be happy to get back on land.
And hey, Relic, like this is a good deed. Maybe that will, you know, you can play that for whatever relationship you're working on right now.
But when have you ever known me to do a good deed for the sake of a good deed?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like you can use it for the sake of credit.
Look, mate, I think we just banked a whole bar full of credit right here.
Oh, don't you think that certain angelic beings might appreciate us keeping travelers safe and you know, doing the right thing?
I give about angelic beings.
Martha.
Yeah, and Quentin would be she has wings.
Oh, right. Well, yeah, maybe, but she's also sick. She'd probably just appreciate it if we got her home or to the next stop.
Which would be this island. So looks like we're going to the island.
Captain, I think this is a bad idea.
The captain is looking really thoughtful and is exchanging looks with the first mate and looking at y'all and is like, places like this might be very lucrative. And weren't you talking about theoretical piracy?
Yeah, you know, it's not piracy if it's a haunted island with magic and whatnot.
Excuse me while I watch all of the Pirates of the Caribbean tonight.
Yeah. Well, you know, Relic, that might not be a bad base of operations to start up some theoretical.
It's a
business.
magic island with crazy boat things that attack you. I don't think it's a friendly island, mate.
Yeah, but you saw how easy. Like we barely took any damage as he like flicked some acid off of his shoulder.
Mate, I don't feel so good. I don't know about you.
I mean, all right. I mean, Druge and I are mad enough to go to the island. What do you think, Brandel? Looks like a pretty good beach.
Yeah,
Bran-
we can check it out.
Brandel
I
must
mean,
check out all beaches.
All right. Well, you stay on the boat, Relic, and we'll take care of this.
And
All right.
the captain says, having some protection might be nice while y'all are out on the island. Yeah.
Wait. You gonna stay here then?
The captain's like, this could be lucrative, and if your party is willing to go ashore and see what you can find.
Look, I know
Well,
what
there's
y'all
a
doing here. You're
treasure.
trying to tempt me.
I mean, if it's lucrative,
Potential
we'll keep it
treasure.
for ourselves. That's always the deal. You don't come in with, we keep the money.
Yeah, right. And who's gonna heal you up?
I'm fine, and I'll tap myself and cast Cure Wounds.
Captain says, the captain goes, or the first mate goes, we have a healing kit.
We've got Bactine and a Band-Aid.
Just spit
Not
on
a
it.
bloody
It'll
boy.
be fine.
And when I cast Cure Wounds, it's clearly not anywhere near as effective as like the healing you're doing because I only healed 4 points.
Hold on. And the captain's gonna say, all right, let's, how about this? Let's anchor a little further out for the night and approach in the morning if the island is still there. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could agree
I
with that.
reckon I can get by that.
That will do.
And he'll say, we'll set up a watch. And he looks kind of, sorry, they look sort of like hesitant. And then they say, would you be willing to come to our aid again if more of those things attack? I really don't know what we would have done without you.
Well, now that seems like a
Yeah, we're
mighty
good.
fine proposition there. I absolutely, you know, brave Brandel and Relic are always at your service. I would just like to, use this opportunity to say on your return trip, you might want to have us along, right?
He says your
I'll raise an
return
eyebrow.
trip from
Back
back to
the
Wald.
yeah.
And he's like, and he looks a little, and then he realizes what you're saying. He says, "Yes, I would, and I could see my way towards covering your return voyage fare if you were to
Hey.
provide protection." Yeah.
Now, I wouldn't impose upon you in such a manner. You've given us such a lovely accommodations, and Felix is taking care of all that. Really, I'm just more worried about the timeline, as it were. Right? He said that we only had a limited time to get back, and I'd like to just guarantee that we had a way back on a fine ship just like this, and a couple extra days in port would not hurt you too bad if it means that you made it back safely, right?
He says, the captain says, "Yes, but if you all get horribly murdered wherever you're off to, I'm not gonna stay in port for a year." So
Mate,
are we
did
talking?
you see what we just did here?
And
Have a little faith.
Quentin's thinking back to how long they spent in the basement of a house on a hill.
and
To be fair, Druge couldn't yeet people in the
Oh, he
basement
also
of
turned to stone
houses.
for 24 hours.
Yeah, all of that.
and they say, "You make a very good point.
I often
I-
do. Tell these lads that.
I believe I can agree to that. Yes."
Lovely. Then we will gladly lend our aid, as it may be.
Wonderful. All right, so y'all spend the rest of the day doing whatever, and the sailors clean things
Boat
up and stuff. Boat stuff, boat. And we'll pick back up on the next session in the next morning, if that's all right.
Ta-da!
So we can press the long rest button.
Yes, so you can press the long rest button. And I have absolutely
Yay.
no ulterior motives for wanting you at full health.
Of course
Quentin
not.
casually just heals
Think
himself
long
twice,
rest
or like it's no big
confirmed.
deal. Just-
All right.
just to feel it.
Okay, so stream, we're going to go into what did the players learn this evening, and then after that we'll do role-playing moments. And so I collect those from tonight's session, what everybody liked. Like, was there a really good moment you liked this evening that may or may not be the GM's absolute favorite? And then all the players will vote on that moment, or the moment that they liked the best. And that person will get a role-playing point, which means they can re-roll a d20 in the next game, or give that re-roll to somebody else. So we'll go through the learns. That'll give you time, chat, to post anything in chat that you'd like me to capture for the role-playing point. Well, folks, what did you learn this evening?
This island of misfit toys sucks.
Yeah. It's gonna be nothing but dentists.
What else
I
did you
played
learn?
a little session with the point of exhaustion that I shouldn't have played with.
What?
Oh.
We've been on the boat for several days. I hadn't removed my point of exhaustion.
I forgot you had one.
This is why I asked.
Yeah, he even
Yeah.
asked, and you did. Okay.
No, I
that's-
know. I remember Drew's had exhaustion. I
That-
forgot that I did. And
that's
I had
on you.
cleared It. It is on me.
All right. What else did you learn this evening? That was a you thing, not a session thing.
Oh, for sure.
Weird toy boats.
Also, I think that's the first time everyone has seen Relic's spoon. Or at least everyone who's
Yes.
been
The
around.
new
that's
spoon,
true.
yeah.
Yeah, Spoon 2.0.
I think I saw the stable blasted, but not what did it.
Yeah, Drew's super wasn't.
That was a cow.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
told it was a cow.
Yeah, and the spoon he whipped out was a wooden spoon.
I don't know that Druge was super aware of it because, raging and Godzilla trunking people down to the ocean.
Sure. Sure.
But that's the thing.
Mhm.
Also, apparently, there are sea toy creature adjacent objects that encourage violence.
Yeah, somebody's been getting real wet and wild with the animate object. Or something. For an island that shouldn't be there in the first place.
Or something.
Yeah.
That was creepy. Well done. Yeah, all right. Anything else you learned? Are you ready for role-playing points?
Brandel isn't just a beach furball; he's also an ocean furball.
It turns out I got the what are they called? The invocation that lets me add my
Oh,
charisma to my
yeah, you got agonizing blast. is
Turns
the
out it's really good.
agonizing blast is
Lesbian.
nuts. Yeah,
Oh boy, yeah. That was pretty good.
agonizing blast on warlocks with eldritch blast.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
I would like to roll this like
I
3
miss
times a turn.
I miss playing my warlock for sure.
Warlocks are fun.
Yeah. Did you learn anything else this evening?
I like spell slots, in which case, fuck you in particular.
Yeah, well, yeah, but still, they're cool.
Yes.
Anything else you learned?
There was an M on the thing.
Oh, yeah. That's a big one.
Well,
Brandel
Nobody
learned.
learned that but Brandel. In fact, Quentin's player completely forgot about it.
I want you to imagine that it was an M that somebody like carved into ice cream and then swirled the ice cream.
Ooh, that's a good description.
Yeah, I like that. Cool.
ice cream swirls.
Did you learn anything else, or would you like to discuss role-playing moments?
I think that's all.
All right. I don't have any role-playing moments in chat, so what were good moments for y'all this evening?
Is that a person?
Yeah, is that a person?
That was so good. I don't know why that got me so hard.
It was perfect. It's the deadpan that gets me.
It was so good. Okay. Other moments?
I thought about
I-
one and now I just forgot.
I really liked Druz's whole like Godzilla blast into Octopus Morningstar, knock him off the boat,
That whole Druge relic combo.
and
was
yeah,
great.
and then the relic for following up with Thunderwave like immediately.
Okay, so Druge for
Folding
yeeting
for boats.
the octopus
Roll the
into
yeet.
the castle,
Yep, deep check.
and Relic for thunder waving the starfish, octopus, and castle off the boat.
Diana is gonna get back and be like, "You guys did what?"
Yeah.
Ah, yeet.
Wait, you
yeet,
got bit by a
motherfucker.
castle, and then what?
She's
I
she's not
actually-
gonna believe any of this.
I actually don't think the castle did any damage.
It tried to hit
It
me.
missed.
It
Yeah.
missed, and then
Yeah.
it never got the chance to hit anything again because y'all
Yep.
destroyed everything.
I could picture the poor thing climbing up on the boat. Hey, knocked off.
Hey!
Knocked off. Hey, dead.
Yeah, that's
Look,
that's pretty much what happened.
Idris left all of his weaponry below decks.
Yeah.
Any other good moments? Are you all ready to vote?
Quentin and Marrow actually like doing things.
You know what? I did actually do quite a bit of damage. Like, I think each
Yeah.
turn was like 35 damage.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
it was pretty solid. That whole like Viking funeral with the prepared heat metal.
I was
just
so
in case
ready
we
to
fuck
make
this
me
up.
roll and just miss.
Is that for relic? You
Ye-
think?
Oh yeah, that
Yes.
heat metal. Yeah. And
Yeah.
in the turn of character growth, not using it to make Quentin look like an idiot.
Yeah, because we all thought that's what you were doing.
Oh yeah, like it was gonna be like a foot away, and it was clearly gonna hit, and then he was gonna snap his finger and ignite the whole thing.
No, I got a different agenda here.
Yeah, well, that's what I really appreciate about it. It wasn't that it was to be nice to Quentin; it was to cover his own reputation, like
Yeah.
joint. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Any other good moments? Or you good?
Yeah, that's good.
Right. Vote away, my friends. Yeah, Marcella's gonna be very confused. And or like, aw. Because I don't think y'all have gotten to hit anything for a while.
Been a minute.
Been a
I
minute.
think that's the first level 5 smashing of things we've done.
Yeah.
That's true. Although she did get an opportunity to beat the shit out of some priests more recently.
She
That-
didn't
that's
take
true.
it though. She just scared the shit out of them. Alright, Brandle's
True.
gonna take it for the is that a person? When Relic asked, do you know mending? You know I'm gonna name an NPC mending. You know it, right? Like, y'all know this, right?
Get to shore.
Okay, so that's it for us this evening. We are hopefully gonna play in a week because it is my birthday week. I'm getting vaccinated, so I might be death warmed over. So we're gonna play that by ear, but hopefully we'll play on Wednesday because I made this adventure up in about 30 minutes this afternoon, and I am overly proud of myself. So I'm really excited that you're going to the island. I gotta say, when Relic was like, "Nope, let's keep going," I was like, "Oh, but I made
Yeah, but
pretty
you know he's a coward.
things." You know, I was really
Yeah.
hoping one of you would find a reason to go to
No,
the island.
Drake was
Thank
all
you.
down. Be like, and we're out.
I know, and I was like, I must hit them with something big.
Well, and the reason I think that gave us justification is that it's basically a road hazard, and at least Druge and Quentin can't just like walk past and let that be there, like for people who couldn't defend themselves.
Yeah, I think that was part of it. I
Definitely the same thing I thought. Yeah.
You're like, ooh,
Yeah,
I
sure.
can add some sand to my beach collection.
yeah. So thanks for doing that, folks. All right.
Does Brandel have one of those like layered sand hourglasses where it's like different colors from like the 90s and you
Not
turn
like
it over?
sand art.
Yeah,
Like
it's
different layers.
one of the like sand arts that is supposed to be an anthill but never actually panned out.
No answer. Yes or no? That
No.
There's a yes or no
I
there.
An
mean,
important question.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think so.
Okay.
You can
Alright.
make one.
Until you get find familiar and it's a hermit crab.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that would actually be kind of cool.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
You need a terrarium to keep him in while we travel.
Oh yeah.
So does anybody have anything they want to tell Stream about that you might be doing over the next week or so?
Yeah. So Spoon and I painted a mini figure from a Bloodborne Mayans Gate, not Lion's Gate.
Gloomhaven.
Was it the Lion? It was Gloomhaven expansion. I forget what it's called. And we might do some more of that, or I might just do some painting of it on my own.
It was so organized.
It was, yeah. You can go back and watch that.
It was gloriously organized. I was so happy.
I think I'm gonna try and paint some of that more on stream to get that finished up, because I think we discussed maybe playing through the expansion.
Yeah, we're gonna try and play. We're gonna try and play through at least the first adventure in it next week. Yeah, we'll do that on stream.
Ooh,
Yeah, should be good. Anybody else?
cool.
We've got Iron Dust and Blood, our Call of Cthulhu Old West campaign tomorrow evening.
Yeah.
We're back at it. And Friday, we start the first episode of Mage, Order Across New York.
Oh, I haven't heard of this one.
Is that
It's another World of Darkness.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, it's Mage the Ascension, and
Let me shut that
it's
back.
gonna be spicy.
Cool.
And I think we usually have our morning show on Tuesday and Thursday. I think we're gonna cancel tomorrow just in case Diana is not feeling great
well. Yeah.
after the
The
vaccine. So we'll just go ahead and call it tonight so we can sleep.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
the morning after hit me a little bit, so.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Fair enough. Should be doing Broken Bane this Saturday for me, and should be doing Treasure Tuesday. Probably gonna do a
Next
stream
Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
Wednesday, right? Sorry.
Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. Treasure Tuesday. Now
Just
brought to
fucked up
you
my
on Wednesdays.
entire, calendar, by the way. I'm like, oh,
What?
cool, we're doing Treasure Tuesday tonight. Oh, wait,
I'm
what day is
sorry.
it? Fuck.
I'm
Treasure
sorry.
Tuesday now brought to you by Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
that's
better
such
than
a
dinner
long
for breakfast.
hashtag.
Wait,
Yeah.
That's better than
The breakfast for dinner, super legit.
And then instead of Broken Bane on May 1st, we're going to combine most of Treasure Tuesday and Broken Bane and a returning character into my birthday one shot. And Justice, I'm so sorry. It was the day that I had the most humans, so I'm
no,
sorry.
not a problem.
crossing the streams.
Yeah, so it's gonna be pretty interesting. I am also writing that adventure, and I gotta tell you, I had a friend help me a little bit, and we were laughing so hard about something that we were laugh crying about things. So I think it'll be fun.
Nice.
We shall see. And I'm probably gonna stream a couple of short games. I took the entire week off for my birthday, so I'm probably going to stream a bunch. So
Yeah, we
Nice.
haven't had any time off since we moved.
yeah, so just come hang out with
We were due for
Luth
a
and I
break.
next week. It's gonna be fun.
We want
Yeah.
to play some Destiny. Do you think we'll stream any of that?
I don't know. I tend to yell a lot, so
It's my favorite clip of you on the internet is from Destiny when you figure out how to Warlock jump for the first time.
that was pretty good.
Nice.
Okay, so we will say bye stream unless anybody
Bye,
has
stream.
anything else to. No, okay. Bye stream.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.